Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Rishi Harinanan. C News is live at noon. The Education Facilities Company owes contractors over $800 million. But the Minister of Education assures schools will be ready for September 5th.
And I'm Nasira Mohammed. Coming up in sports, Russia's Paralympic appeal denied.
Thank you very much, Nasira. Now, despite owing contractors over $800 million, the Minister of Education says every effort is being made to ensure all students have a school to attend when the academic year starts on September 5th. Speaking with the media as he toured the New Grant Anglican Primary School earlier today, Anthony Garcia said the Education Facilities Company Limited cannot make the payments right now, but each student will find a place in a facility.
We are unable to pay all the contractors all the money that is owed to them. In fact, EFCL has informed us that contractors are owed.
Minister Garcia was unable to say how much the renovation work at the New Grant Anglican School will cost, but said there is no need to worry about when the work will be completed. That's 196 students and has 10 classrooms.
That when school reopens on the 5th of September, all the students who are assigned to this school will find a place. In other words, no child will find himself out of school at this school.
The protests at the Ramai Trace SDMS school over the weekend, Minister Garcia said every effort will be made to meet with the parents and those involved. Yes, is 90% complete, but the project has been stalled for months because of payment issues with the contracting company Contact Limited. And the Guild of Students at the University of the West Indies is in the $500 increase in tuition fees. On Sunday, the university issued a statement saying the additional fees for the 2016-2017 academic year is aimed at enhancing AC Peters. Students attending UWI from September will have a better internet access and a more efficient shuttle service, among other things.
To buy 2 new shuttle buses. We have already identified the black spots on campus. So when students come September, they're going to see an improved Wi-Fi service. The amenities on the various halls of residence we have already acquired equipment. We have also recruited 5 new shuttle drivers.
However, he did express concern about the timing of additional fees, especially with the recent cuts to the government assistance for tuition aid program. But he is confident students will not have a problem paying the $500.
People who, like for example, doing their thesis and let's say they have no reason to be on campus, they just have to submit their thesis. These students, these special students will be looked at and special provisions will be made for those students. And I think what is key to note as well, we would have done consultation in the year 2014-2015, and students back then supported the implementation of the fund.
As it stands, there is the offer of a staggered payment option with the fee payable in 2 installments of $250, one per semester, to account for the total annual fee of $500. A father and his 12-year-old son were rushed to hospital last night after they were both shot while at home. They are said to be in serious but stable condition. Reports say at about 8 p.m., 28-year-old Jamal Hoston and his son were at their home along Aldwin Roberts Crescent, La Hoquita, when a man entered the building and pointed the gun at the father. The son was said to be in his room at the time. C News understands the father attempted to get away but was shot on the left side of his back and arms, a short distance away from the house. He said he returned home and checked on his son, and he realized his son was shot in the chest. Pastor Clive Doughton says there is a national problem in this country as it seems children are being placed in the line of fire. Speaking on the death of Sion Emmanuel Paul, the 9-year-old who was shot and killed over the weekend, he said children seem to be the collateral damage.
Being used as couriers, just dropping off drugs, and it was felt the police wouldn't search the bags. Now we have the reverse, another situation where you have children carrying guns. Sometimes early teens and mid-teens are being asked to kill for a price, so that we have a situation where you have what is called the collateral damage, where a child may be shot and killed incidentally, and this is a possibility in this scenario.
Initial reports said Paul was shot 4 times, but after an autopsy was conducted yesterday, it was revealed he was only shot once. Pathologist Dr. Valerie Alexandrov is reported as saying the boy was shot just once. The bullet hit him in the left arm, re-entered the left side of the chest and perforated his left lung and his heart. It exited through the right side chest. Pastor Doughton also said there seems to be a breakdown with the law and order and family value. He's also urging churches to get involved.
That is so appalling is that children are being sacrificed. And I'm not referring specifically to this case, but it's a good example, either directly or indirectly.
This is a C News report at noon. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at C News Live. You can also visit our website at ctvtt.com. Now, police are seeking the public's help in identifying the body of a man who was murdered early this morning. Reports say at around 1:15 a.m., the command center issued a wireless transmission of loud explosions heard at Cemetery Street, Charleville, Chaguanas. Officers visited the scene and found the body of a man on the roadway in the vicinity of Lampole number 265 Cemetery Street. He has been described as an East Indian descent man, approximately 5 feet 9 inches tall, brown complexion, low hairstyle, clad in a white jersey and a navy blue long pants and barefooted. Police also found a vehicle, TBH 2745. It was taken to the Chaguanas police station. Calypso Rose will add yet another accolade to her vast collection, the 2016 WOMEX Artist Award. Rose 76, whose real name is MacArthur Lewis, will be honored in 2016 by the World Music Expo at the 18th WOMEX Awards in Santiago de Compostela in Spain in October. She will also perform at the event. The WOMEX Awards is one of the globe's major awards for world music, first introduced in 1999 to pay tribute to international artists for musical excellence, success in the world stage, political impact, and lifetime achievement. The Bethel-born singer, who is known as the Queen of Calypso, has written over 800 songs and recorded more than 20 albums, for which she has received numerous awards. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region.
Health officials in St. Lucia are maintaining a heightened surveillance of 26 pregnant women confirmed with the mosquito-borne Zika virus. A statement from the Ministry of Health says given the concerns regarding pregnancy outcomes in Zika-positive pregnant women, these women are being monitored closely through antenatal care services. The virus is transmitted mainly by mosquitoes, but recent information has confirmed that the disease can also be transmitted sexually. The ministry notes that in the context of the present Zika outbreak, women of childbearing age are encouraged to utilize contraceptives in order to prevent unintended pregnancies. And health officials in the Bahamas say 4 cases of the Zika infection in total have been confirmed on New Providence. Officials said there are 83 suspected cases. Of that group, 8 are pregnant women. The first case was reported on August 10th. Bahamas Minister of Health, Dr. Perry Gomez, said all patients have been treated for associated symptoms and are doing well. Based on the histories received from the cases, it has been determined that there is a mix of travel and local transmission. 66% of subject entries entered for the May-June 2016 Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate Examinations achieved grades 1 to 3. This is just 2 percentage points below that of 2015, when 68% of entries achieved similar grades. Performance improved on 14 subjects, declined on 17 subjects, and remained constant on 4 subjects. A comprehensive nationwide prison survey is expected to begin in Guyana in September with the aim of designing rehabilitation and social reintegration services for prison inmates. This survey will be funded by the Inter-American Development Bank to the value of US $2.3 million through the Citizen Security Strengthening Program. The appraisal is part of the third component of the CSSP's 5-year program.
Thank you very much, Mahalia, giving us a look at what's taking place in the region. Now we have Nasira Mohammed to tell us what's taking place in sport.
Well, the sports world has certainly slowed down at the end of the Rio 2016 Olympics. But moving on to news of cricket, where West Indies coach Phil Simmons says his side played well only in patches in the just concluded series against India, and that was a major factor in their 2-0 defeat. Talking about the defeat margin, he said he thinks the team should have been 1-0. Simmons also expressed surprise that no play was possible on 4 days in the fourth test against India. The coach, however, urged the seniors as well as the youngsters to shape up before the Pakistan series in the United Arab Emirates. And Russia will not compete at the next month's Paralympic Games in Rio after losing an appeal against the ban imposed for state-sponsored doping. The Court of Arbitration for Sport upheld the International Paralympic Committee's ban on all Russian competitors. The IPC made the decision in the light of the McLaren report, which detailed a state-sponsored doping program operated by Russia. The Paralympic Games begin on September the 7th. And that's all we have for sports today, Rishi.
Well, thank you, Nasira. We now take a look at the weather, and we come back with more.
The daytime heating may spark a stray shower or two, but the best of the sunshine will be across Tobago, with a high there of 32 degrees Celsius, and in Trinidad expect 35 degrees Celsius. For mariners heading out, look for northeast to easterly winds, gentle of 5 to 10 knots, bringing smaller waves of 1 meter offshore and east-northeasterly swells of 9 seconds. Low tide at 2:30 p.m. is followed by a high tide at 8:30 p.m. Meanwhile, further up the island chain, soaking rains are expected from later today through Dominica into Antigua as an area of low pressure nears the Leeward Islands. That's the latest weather, and I am meteorologist Ian Wallace.
Thank you very much, Ian Wallace, with the weather report. Now, none of Venezuela's 87 Olympic athletes won gold this year, but they're getting another prize: new homes from the government. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro announced on Monday that all the country's participants in the Olympics will get free housing upon their return from Rio de Janeiro. The apartments are part of the government's housing program that is a cornerstone of the country's socialist revolution. C News, powered by our team of journalists and producers across the Republic and the region, on television, radio and online.
C News, your country, our job.